Hmm. Hello everyone, my name is, well you really don't care what my name is. What's a reboot? Well, a reboot is, and I'm quoting here, to discard all continuity in an established series in order to recreate its character's timeline and backstory from the beginning. Or really, it just means it's a restart of pretty much changing everything and starting anew. For years, we have seen this with a lot of video games, with TV shows, or even movies, which is where it's more common in. Now, these remakes can be a good thing, especially if done right and can help breathe some new life into these old franchises. Movies like Planet of the Apes, Godzilla, they've been getting some pretty good remakes. Well, Godzilla got one good remake since the last one it had years ago, it did not turn out well. Planet of the Apes, same thing. But once they got a reboot, people started loving these films again and wanted to see more of them. So they're all getting sequels and they're all turning out well. However, there are some movies like in the horror movie franchises that don't turn out well, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, A Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Halloween, you name it. They have tried to make reboots, but they don't turn out very well. And that's why I decided I'm going to talk about the Fantastic Four movie and what they could have done to fix this. I mean, yeah, I know people have been bashing on this movie so much, but I'm not going to try bashing on it a lot. I'm just going to try pointing out what they could have done to fix it. Now, I'm not including movies like The Terminator, Jurassic World, or Star Wars in this topic because, yeah, we haven't seen these movies in decades in theaters, but they're not restarting the whole thing, except for Terminator. But again, it's still following the same whole thing. They are actually sequels. They're just given a new chance to get back in theaters and be brought in for the new audience that we have now. The Fantastic Four, it has a big different backstory. So, years ago, I think a lot of people already know this, but for those that don't know, years ago, Marvel, while when it was in bankruptcy, sold some of its comics rights to different companies. Fantastic Four was given to Fox, and it was stated in a contract that if if these comics are not made into films or used within this timeline, then they are sold back to Marvel. And because Marvel is doing so well with its Marvel movies, Fox didn't want to give up the Fantastic Four and didn't want to give them more chance to get more money. So they tried rushing this movie to get out, and this is where we have some of its problems. Not only was there issues between the director and Fox, there was also a lot of stuff that was edited. There was a lot of changes here and there. And this movie lacked a lot in anything that made it fantastic, and they did not even try to use some of its source material. I mean, they had years and years, but no, they decided to make some changes, and look what happened. It sucked. So, I mean, what could they have done to fix this? I mean, what made these other movies, these other reboots do so well? Well, let's take a look at. I'll get into that in a bit. Let me first point out what could they've done to fix this. Well, first off, follow the source material. There's nothing wrong with following something that you could use to help with your movie. Have Doctor Doom live in it, rule his own country like in the comics. Maybe meet up with our four heroes looking normal until they go into this different world and then they all get their powers. They could have kept that in, but they couldn't probably not make Doctor Doom look so terrible. The other thing they could have done is have the main characters, look like and act like a team. Because we saw little interaction between all of them that made us believe they would be a great team. And the fighting scenes, my god, they were just terrible. They were just terrible. I probably would have fixed those too. Make them more interesting. Maybe put them against some bad guys to help build up their reputation a little bit. Instead, we got nothing. Halfway into the movie, there was nothing fantastic, nothing good, nothing interesting, nothing at all. Yeah, I mean, still, despite this failure from Fox, in rebooting this movie, surely Hollywood will try again, right? Surely Fox will try again years later to make a good reboot like they did with Godzilla, right? Well, not Fox. It didn't had nothing to do with Godzilla, but it's an example. They could try doing something like what they did with Godzilla, right? Well, not really. I mean, I wouldn't mind a good Fantastic Four movie, but at this point, I don't think they're going to be able to trick the people into going to see this movie again. Even if they do make some changes, it's not going to help because you kind of tarnish your reputation. What gave these other movies a chance to get reboot is they got people back on their side is because they took their time in making these reboots. With Godzilla, it took 16 years to make a reboot that not only was it done right, they got good people to get involved in this. They added new things into this movie that made it interesting because when it comes to reboot, you want to make this a little bit like the original, but also add in some new stuff. Not too much, but enough that will bring in the attention of the new generation. And to me, that's how they did well with Godzilla. I mean, they brought in a new monster we've never seen before, and it looked awesome. Yes, you can have some changes, like I said, but as long as you don't make big changes that will piss people off, it will be a good reboot. And that's what they were able to do with Godzilla. I mean, hell, that's what they did with the Dark Knight movies. I mean, yeah, the Batman Forever and Batman and Robin are not exactly good, but the remake for Batman Begins helped it a lot. Yeah, I know people still criticize that movie and the Dark Knight movies, but there are a lot of people that still love it and still felt it was a great Batman movie. Hell, they're doing the same thing with the Batman v Superman movie that's going to be different from the Dark Knight. It's going to be more like from the comics, which is actually pretty cool. And it looks like that's what they're giving us. And that's why people are being drawn in. So, yeah, I mean, reboots can be a good thing as long as it's done right. I mean, will the Fantastic Four get that kind of reboot? Will it be done right? I believe it will, but it will take a very long time, and by then Fox will probably give it up back to Marvel so they can fix it. Hopefully it'll it'll be done soon. And hopefully by then it will make up for all the horribleness they left us in this movie, and they will be able to breathe some new life into this movie again. For films like the Fantastic Four, I hope it gets a reboot. As for the other, reboots that they released to us this year, like Hitman and Transporter, oh yeah, they need to stop those now. They're not doing well. Otherwise, they're gonna go directly to video. Well, that's it, everybody. If you guys have a different opinion about the Fantastic Four movie, or if you think it should deserve a reboot, leave them comments below. Let me know what you think. I'll be here next time to give you more love and more entertainment. Take care. See you all next time.